This is very similar to a dramatic reading, Takasaki had announced when we began rehearsing for recitation. She pointed out how each performer would do very simple acting with their script in hand. If you think about the style in which we're doing it, where each performer reads out the part for a role, it certainly is more like a dramatic reading. A recitation usually done by one person. They bring to life all the characters in the story by themselves, old and young, children, dogs, imaginary creatures. Which is why changes in point of view become very important. Here, the narrator's point of view is seen from multiple perspectives, and we're taught that we have to keep in mind whether or not we're reading the characters from a first or third person perspective. It's reinforced to us that we have to speak with an awareness of authorial intent between the words. I don't think 2 weeks is enough time for me to possibly empathise with the characters in the story. I'll struggle, however, long we had with the rehearsals. I think the ultimate purpose of this recitation is to convey the characters' emotions to the audience as though they are your own. In my case, the emotions I have to get across are... Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there lived a man and a wife. They were very happy, but for one thing, the fact they didn't have children. The kindly husband, concerned for his wife, prayed to God that they might be blessed with a child. He prayed night after night, and at last his wife fell pregnant. However, perhaps because she was almost past childbearing age, the woman lost her appetite and grew weak. Is there anything you'd like to eat? Anything at all. I'll get it for you. No. If you do, something bad will happen to you. Worried for her husband's safety, she responded as such. Because she knew. She knew one thing she wanted was Rapunzel blooming in a nearby witch's garden. A murmur goes through the audience. Rapunzel was more commonly known here as Rampion. The narrator explains it's kind of sad leaf, but it's nutritious and safe to eat during pregnancy. Eventually, the kind-hearted husband, aware of what he was doing was wrong, stuck into a witch's garden and stole a handful of leaves for his weakened wife. Finally able to eat something, the wife started to regain her strength. The husband slipped into a witch's garden again and again until...
I know you've been stealing from my garden.
I had to do it. For my wife's sake. For your wife? I think that makes your theft alright. I understand your excuse, but everything comes with a price. Do I pay that price? Can I have Rapunzel? Yes, you can. In exchange for Rapunzel for your pregnant wife, I will take your child when it is born. When Takasaki's witch speaks, it's like the temperature in theatre suddenly drops and all eyes turn to her. It's as if a witch herself has possessed her, and is now speaking through Chidori Takasaki's lips. The audience holds their breath, leaning forward in their seats, Riz offered to have a deal.
そして春が過ぎ、
Spring turns to summer,
夏を越え、秋が
and
間近に
soon
なってきた
autumn
頃
is
で
near
す。
at hand.
約束の赤子
The
が生
child
ま
is
れました。
born. Ah,
本当に待ち望
we've
んだ
waited
こ
for
と
this
と
so
いうの
long.
に、私のため
I
に
think we must now give a baby up
この子
for
を
my
手
sake.
放さなければいけないなんて。
別れを惜しむいと
I
まくらい
gave
は
you
与えて
time
や
to
った
say
だ
your
ろう。
goodbyes.
約束通り
Bring it to me,
連れて行く
as
よ。
you promised. With a backward glance of a heartbroken couple, the witch takes the baby away. At first it was intended as mere payment. But as the days and years passed, the witch started to let her dark guard down on a child, whom she had named Rapunzel. Then, fearing the couple would one day come to get her back, the witch locked a 14-year-old Rapunzel away in a tower with no door. She lived her life completely shut off from the world, but for a tiny window. To Rapunzel, who knew neither mother nor father, the witch was both. She wanted for nothing, and saw not a whit of a disease or actual violence or world outside. When the witch wished to enter the tower, she stood below, called up to Rapunzel these words.
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel? Rapunzel?
お前の美しい髪を下ろしておくれ。
はい、おばさま。
Auntie,
お前の髪
your
は
hair
と
is
て
so
も美し
beautiful.
い。きっと神に愛
God
され
had
ているの
favoured
だ
you.
ね。
でも私は
But I wish I had
おばさまのよう
lost
な
black locks like
黒
yours,
くみず
Auntie.
みずしい髪になりたかったわ。
Reflecting that Rapunzel's hair took after that of her mother and father, which wrestled over whether or not to tell her the truth. She wasn't sure whether it was right to raise her like this, having her called auntie as though they were a family. We see the witch agonising. She wants to keep Rapunzel shut up in the tower. But is that what's best for a girl? What should I do?
こんなに
If I
悩
had
むの
known it would cause me this much heartache,
赤子などもら
I
え
would
て
never
る
would
の
have
では
taken that child.
私は
Oh,
おばさまの子では
not your
ないの。
child? Rapunzel was distressed when she happened to overhear the truth, but she was not a witch's child. We see her wonder whether or not it was right to just stay there, ensconced in the tower. The heart of a conflict, those feeling of hers, I wasn't able to step into myself. Who is Beauty? One day, a young prince was passing by the tower when he laid eyes on Rapunzel for the first time. He tried to reach her, but he was unable to enter the tower, and falling in love with the beautiful Rapunzel at first sight, his desire to meet her only grew stronger.
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel?
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel?
お前の美しい髪を下ろしておくれ。
He came back to the tower day after day, until he saw the process by which the witch entered the tower. When the witch had left, the prince called out the words himself.
ラプンツェル、ラプンツェル。
Rapunzel,
お前の
Rapunzel,
美しい髪を下ろしておくれ。
who are you?
外の世界の
So
恐
fear
ろし
some
い
intruder
人
from the
間なの。
outside world?
いえ、
No.
私はあなたに危
I
害
mean you
な
no
ど加え
harm.
ません。ぜひ
I just
私と
want to be
友
your
人となって
friend.
ほしいのです。ラプンツェルは
Rapunzel had heard from a witch just how terrifying the outside world was.
魔女から聞いていたため、初めはこわごわと。
And at first she was scared.
しかし、い
Before she knew it,
つ
however,
しか会いに来て
she
く
had come
れ
to
る王
care
子のことを大切な人だと
for his
感
prince
じ
to
るよう
visit
に
her
な
in
ってい
the
た
tower.
のです。王子は来るた
Every
び
time he
に
came to visit,
外の
he
世
would tell
界
her
の
pleasant
愉
tales
快
of the
な
world
出来事を
beyond.
伝え、ラプンツェルも
An interest started
外
to
の
burn
世
within
界に
Rapunzel.
興味を持っていったのでした。ねえラプンツェル、この塔から抜け出し、
Let
外
us
の世
escape
界
from
へ
this
行
tower
こ
to the
う。
world outside.
二人で旅立てば
How happy we
どん
will
なに
be
愉快だろ
if we go together.
ダメよ。
No,
おばさまを残
I
して
cannot
い
leave
くこ
my
となんて
auntie.
できないわ。ラプンツェル。
Rapunzel. Witch found out about Rapunzel and the prince's secret trysts. At first she was incensed. We see the witch shaking with rage as she considers how to punish a prince for stealing her precious Rapunzel from her. And how to hurt Rapunzel for her betrayal, however.
おばさまは
She's my family.
私の家族なのだもの。
Rapunzel couldn't leave her auntie. After hearing herself described as a family, all the doubts of which had been carrying faded away.
そのものがお前をたぶらかすものかい。
あなたが
So
魔
you're
女
the
か。
witch.
頼む、
Please,
彼女を解き放ってほしい。彼女と
I want
共
to
にあ
be
り
with
たいの
her.
だ。王子が
Seeing
ラ
the
プン
prince
ツェ
shield
ルをかばう
Rapunzel,
姿
the
を
witch
見
feigned a
て、
fit of fury
魔
and
女は
chased
どこ
him
へ
from
逃
the
げても
tower,
好きに出ていくがいいと激情したふりをして
telling both of them to
二
go to
人
hell
を
for
塔
all
から
she
追い
cared.
出しました。
Our point of view then switches away from Rapunzel, and we see the witch alone in the tower, weeping sorrowfully. She cries not for herself, but out of regret. For having kept Rapunzel locked away in the tower for so long, we finally see her recognise how much a couple must have cried upon losing their child. She herself is this upset. Witch's soliloquy tugs at the heartstrings and moves much of the audience to tears. I too feel a burning sensation in my chest. Right, this is an Amitié partner.
そして
I remember the sobbing
泣き
witch.
悲しむ魔女の耳にある声
Heard
が
a
聞
voice
こ
from
えてき
below.
たのです。
ラプンツェル、ラプンツェル、
Rapunzel,
お前の
Rapunzel,
美しい髪を下ろしておくれ。
魔女は
which peered out the
何事
window,
かと
wondering what was going on.
窓から外を覗きました。そこには
Down below stood
輝く
Rapunzel,
笑顔の
with a bright smile on her face, alongside a prince
王子
and the old
そして
couple.
あの夫婦の姿があったのです。
何をしに来たのだい。
Why are you here?
おばさまを
We
迎え
came
に
for
来
you,
ました。
auntie.
私はこの塔
I'm
から
not
出な
leaving
い。
this tower.
出てはいけな
I
いのだ。
can't. Witch refuses to say yes. Yes, this witch is her Amitié partner, Suoh Shirahane's Amitié partner. The girl who is always so set in her ways, who was led down the wrong path by her. Stubbornness and intransigence.
あなたが私
I
た
know
ち
you
を
drove us away out of
追い出
love.
したのは分かっています。彼女の父母もほら、
Rapunzel's mother and father have
許してくれるとおっしゃっています。
said they will forgive you as well. The prince, who knows forgiveness, even having taken a wrong turn along the way, probably represents a Amity partner. So, let's always be together. After all, we're all family. Rapunzel. Being to always stay together. By Prince Suoh Shirahane herself. The ideal ending which Shirahane once desired is this. Our version of Rapunzel. And so, Rapunzel lived happily ever after. Together with Prince, the witch, and her parents. The end. A huge round of applause engulfs the theatre. I give myself over to the applause, my heart trembling as I feel what Shirahane must be feeling. It's been so long since this happened, I don't even recognise it. Here, use this. Even when she hands me the handkerchief, I don't realise what it's for. Takasaki takes it back from me. And wipes away the teardrops that begin making their way down my cheek. Did you notice someone at the back of the underground theatre? No, I didn't, because I was too busy reading the script. Reading what was going on screen. Anyway, we'll continue this next episode, because that was a bit of a fantastic way to end this episode. Thanks for watching. Join me next time when I do more. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.